Was good, gang. All right, gang. I just said I was finna watch some fighting shit, so I'm finna watch some fighting shit. This cutie fights only with her legs and knocks everyone out. The undefeated. I should think I should zoom this in just a little bit. Y'all think I should zoom in a little bit, don't you? I know you do. Jazz Snake. There you go. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into this shit. Bam!
This girl fights only with her legs.
Hold on. Bam!
This girl fights only with her legs. Yes, just like the video game character Chun-Li from Street Fighter. Mona Kimura has had plenty of fights in her career and is still undefeated. But how does she manage this? Can she fight with her hands? And most importantly, why does she fight only with her legs? The answers will shock you. So let's start from the very beginning. This girl was born on April 12, 2001 in Mizuho, Gifu, Japan. From early childhood, starting in the 4th grade and up until entering university, she trained in boxing. Yes, she started her path in martial arts with boxing. She achieved success in boxing. At 18, she became the champion of Japan. Boxing will be very useful to her in the future. Moreover, in 2022, Mona represented Japan at the Women's World Championship. However, she ultimately chose kickboxing, despite the fact that it is a much more brutal sport. Signing a contract with the Qush promotion, Mona is often compared to the fighting game character Chun-Li for her very similar fighting style. What's more, Kimura cleverly uses this image in a visual sense. Up as her she is interviewed and admired for her incredible skills. You'd never think she could knock a person down with a single left strike. Whether it's a hand or a leg, doesn't even matter. Always smiling and positive, Kimura has literally become a phenomenon. Her legs deserve a separate discussion. They are simply unpredictable. More than that, she uses them like a normal jab. In simpler words, her legs are an extension of her arms, and it all started in childhood, when her parents made her stand on one leg for long periods of time, as if they knew her future in advance. In her first 2 fights, Kimura fought mostly with her legs, leading many to make the false assumption that she had become easy to predict. However, in her 3rd fight, she proved that people were clearly underestimating her. On the contrary, from what I've seen, Kimura adapts very easily and quickly to any situation.
She's sitting here using them bitches like arms, cuz she's real life using her legs like fucking arms, twin. Like, oh my god, imagine like getting 3-piece with a leg, fam. With a heel, cuz?
She evolves, and that's an extraordinary skill and gift. In the fight review, we'll take a closer look at this. Debut fight, November 16th, 2024. Her first opponent was the Japanese fighter Ai Ogiwara. We've talked so much about Kimura's legs, but she starts her debut fight with jabs. The first time she tries to load her leg, she ends up on the canvas. Her opponent managed to grab it. You can see how easily and effortlessly Mona hops around the ring on one leg. For such showboating, she did take a small hit, but for her, that's just a minor detail. Kimura responds with a solid hook. After this turn of events, Ogiwara rushed into a clinch, but Mona simply pushed her away, sending her onto the canvas. Ogiwara starts getting frustrated and lands some good hooks to Kimura's head. But this doesn't bother Mona at all. In fact, she quickly pays the debt.
Yeah! Oh my god. Oh my god. You gotta see that though.
In fact, she quickly pays the debt. With a left straight right to the jaw. Ogiwara goes down in a knockdown. It looks like she didn't even realize what happened, but she managed to get back up quickly, which is already good. Mona starts taking the initiative. Another hook lands. Ogiwara tries to go into a clinch, but fails. Instead, she literally runs into Kimura's right hook, which sends her into a spectacular knockout.
Damn. She took her ass blitzed, bro. Oh
Which
my
sends her
god.
into a spectacular knockout.
Oh my god. She did. Oh my.
Right
Oh my
hook,
god. Hold
which
on,
sends her
replay
into a
again.
spectacular knockout.
Oh, she. Oh my god. She did her ass.
And once again, we see smiling Mona. Second fight, January 26, 2025. This time, her opponent was the Japanese fighter, Yuka. Mona almost immediately brings her legs into play, and it looks beautiful. At the same time, she doesn't forget to use her jabs. But when it comes to her legs, it looks like bullying. They land everywhere, both to the body and the head. And here comes that classic Chun-Li style, entire series of sharp kicks. You can clearly see Mona using her legs like a spear, meaning her legs don't allow her opponent to close the distance. Meanwhile, Mona's head seems completely out of reach, but if her opponent somehow manages to get past her leg, Mona remembers that she spent many years boxing. In simpler words, Kimura is a universal soldier. You never know what she's going to do next. Her leg looks like a snake about to strike, and that has a huge psychological effect on her opponent. One of her kicks here looks almost humiliating, as if Kimura is saying, "Step back, keep your distance." And she does it so calmly and confidently, as if she's at practice. You can imagine Yuka's frustration when elegant high kicks keep landing on her head,
And she
giving her
just
no
low-key
chance
pushing
to
that
even get
bitch ass
close
with
to
that
her
motherfucker
opponent.
too.
Yuka finally
legs strong
manages
as
to
fuck.
land a straight punch to Mona's head.
It ain't do
And
nothing.
that can be considered a big celebration. Kimura isn't afraid to exchange blows, actively
She know
using
how to
her
get hit.
full
Fuck you
arsenal.
talking about? 3-piece.
More Chun-Li style bullying from Mona. This
with
clearly
body shot.
angers Yuka. Emotions
Oof.
take over, and
To
you
the
can
face.
see
That
it
bitch
on her
finna knock
face.
her over.
But that same
Oof,
face,
oof.
just seconds later,
Hold on
absorbs
now.
a series of sharp jabs.
変化でしてくるので、なかなかの足の上げられてる時が、
Oh my god. That's so tough. Bro, I be gonna
なかなか
lie.
の足の上げられてる時が、
It's like, oh my god. See how fast that was? Yeah, I be practicing this shit again. Like,
なかなか
bro,
の
like,
足の
oh
上げ
my
ら
god,
れ
look
る
at this
時
shit.
が、
This, oh my god, that was so, you feel me? Like,
Another beautiful,
damn.
graceful high kick lands on poor Yuka's head. Right after that, a body kick follows, an unpleasant feeling. Another body kick sends Yuka to the canvas. We also see Mona making an interesting hand gesture, most likely a parody of fighting game characters. But Yuka quickly gets back up and continues. Still,
Oh, it's a video
nothing
game
changes.
characters.
Kimura completely takes over the initiative.
突き上げるようなこの蹴りです。
ただ距離は1ラウンドよりも詰まってきているんじゃないかなというふうに思います。
距離をじわじわと詰めながら今の空を切りましたが右を当てていきたいわけです。
During the break, Mona looks calm, cheerful, smiling. Yuka, on the other hand, looks angry and upset, realizing she is losing the fight.
Good,
Yuka
bitch.
actively starts the final
You
round.
mad because you get
but
your
it
ass beat?
leads
Nigga,
to
do something
nothing.
about it. What?
Once again, she's overwhelmed by Kimura's legs and hands.
木村選手でそこをね、パンチを合わせれば、はい、倒せるっていうところは僕も、見てて思うので、はい、この前蹴りをどういうふうにさばくか、もしくは避けるか。かわされた時とかね、例えば前蹴りが空を切った後にすぐにパンチを当てれば十分倒せるタイミングがあるんで。
Damn.
でもスペシャリストですね。本当に素晴らしいですこのタイミング。
当てました。そして2つ。蹴りを当てていきました木村。さあユカとしてはどんどん詰めていきながら持ち味のパンチを当てていきたい場面です。
Mona begins to mercilessly unload on her opponent. Total domination.
パンチをもらったのに横向くところで止まらずに強引にいっちゃっていいと思いますね。
先ほどおっしゃった牙の部分ですね。
Shorty got hurt.
ここがチャンスになる
She
と
got
思
the
うので
Gatorade symbol on.
殴っていこうというとこ
No
ろですが
bullshit.
蹴りこの足が着地するそのタイミングでパンと入っていけるかと。
そうですね。はい。そこに
She missed the fourth piece, but it's a cool game.
やはりそういったのもちょっ
Kimura's dominance only grows.
Ah.
Everything she throws
Ah.
lands.
Ah.
Yuka is
Get
completely
back.
demoralized,
Ah,
but
get back.
manages
Ah,
to
get
survive
back.
all 3 rounds.
とフェイ
Hey,
ントを入れて右左です。
this little bit tough, Kim. I told you.
ガードの上からのパンチ強烈です。木村。
Put her ass in UFC. She gonna
本
go
当ゆか選手の
crazy.
顔がだいぶ赤くなってますよね。
そうですよね。
はい
先ほどからずっとこの蹴りがですね、顔面付近に当たっていますので、
Tatebayo. Stupid
顔付近が
ass.
赤くなっています。今のも受けました。
That's how she look. Tatebayo.
ボディです。残り時間が少なくなってきました。まさにその蹴りを出すタイミングも変幻自在という木村。
Wham! Oh my God, she just put her toenail in her
A
ass
beautiful
face.
victory for Mona by unanimous decision. The third and so far latest fight of Kimura took place on June 27th, 2025 against Satoko Ozawa. Mona immediately
Yeah,
starts the
I've
fight
seen this
with her
video.
signature high kick. Kimura once again fully switches
She
to
did this
Chun-Li
lady
mode
wrong,
and starts
twin. I ain't
unloading
gonna
kicks
hold.
on Satoko.
Ah,
Then
get
she
back.
adds sharp,
Shorty can't
tasty
take it.
jabs. Ozawa looks completely confused.
知ってましたね。
そうですね、いやもうチームドラゴンの初期メンバーに近いんじゃないですか。はい、
Ah.
これが一つガードの対策なんでしょうね。
下手に蹴ったらね、足の裏痛めますからね。
いや、もう一回のガードがいいんじゃないですか。
さあまず30秒経過。
あ、いいかもしれないです。いや、結構いいかもしれないですよ。
そうですか。
は
どの辺が具体的にいいです
い。いや、
か。
まず顔面もらいづらいじゃないですか。でも、角度によっては危険ですけど、相手もちょっと的を絞りづらいですよね。
The beating continues. Mona feels like the master of the ring. Almost everything lands, especially her sharp jabs and hooks. No wonder she spent so many years boxing.
さあボディが打ち込んでいく木村。ボクシングの技術も非常に卓越しているという木村愛です。高校時代も全国制覇の経験があるという木村。左のパンチが伸びています。
間合いじゃないところにどんどん入っていっちゃってるから蹴りがつけないです
Oh,
よ
got
ね。
a Steph Curry jersey on in that bit.
蹴りが出ます。
どうなんだろう、決まるのかな。あと小沢選手が何の攻撃するかですよね。
Get back.
ガードは秘策と言いますか。
Kimura totally controls the situation, choosing when
oh
and
my
where
God,
to
you
land
seen
her
that?
strikes. An
She's so
extremely uncomfortable position for Satoko. After such shots, Ozawa's face begins to pour with blood. It's painful
Yeah,
to
that shit was
watch.
fucked up.
Mona increases the power of her punches. At one
That
moment,
weak-ass leg
Satoko's
kick
head
ain't doing
almost looks like it's about to
nothing.
snap off.
浦部さん、浦部さん、ここまで
Damn,
展開どう見てますか。
damn.
最初のサップとしては悪くなかったんですけどね、最初のサップとしては悪くなかったんですけどね。
Damn, look at her face,
流
cuz.
血してますか。
ちょっと切ったが、
顔面付近被弾してい
Damn,
る。
she cut her shit
パ
open.
ンチかな。
非常にこの
いや
脱力した形からパンチを出してきます。
すごく鋭い。
Why do you keep walking up, gang?
僕が小田さんのセコンドについてい
She ain't even trying to hit at this point. He's just trying to block. He's getting fried right now, cuz.
クリンチぐらいかなりこう接近してと
いや
いうことなんでしょう。
もうそう、もう足のその蹴りの
The second round begins with a devastating jab to Ozawa's head. Who said Kimura is easy to predict? Satoko continues to suffer. No defense can save her.
Damn.
ガードの上からですがかなり強烈です。宮田さん、木村選手のこのパンチ非常
A double jab lands, followed by a high kick to Ozawa's head, dropping her to the canvas. Once again, we see Mona's fighting game style gesture. Honestly, judging by Ozawa's face, it would have been better if she had
Ozawa.
stayed down. But she stood back up and continued this one-sided
Damn.
beating. It seems like she had even stopped trying to defend herself.
Exactly, gang.
Satoko goes down again. Her
Damn.
face now looks like a smashed tomato. The referee couldn't stand the sight any longer and pulled her into the corner to
Beat
at
the
least clean
shit
her
out
face
of
up.
her ass.
ストップ入るかもしれないですね。
Yeah, it's over. She's fucking cooked, brother. Shit. I don't think it's nothing else to see after that. There's more. Yeah, we're not watching her get her ass folded for another 5 minutes. 1 minute and 1 minute exact. No, nigga. No, nigga. She got her ass flushed like a fucking toilet paper. God damn, nigga.